Catherine, hi, how you doing? All right, let's go and take a look. Um, I'm just going to go through your writing again, just to make sure there's no direct questions, and there's not. So let's just go ahead and jump right over to them. We'll start with the magazine ad, and thank you for including the magazine ad. By the way, I appreciate that. We'll be able to really get a good grip on the adaptation. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so it's a really inviting ad. I think it's a successful ad. There's a couple of things we can do to improve um, the visual harmony of the page itself. So I think the first thing is we don't need this purple box behind the address area. I think that would be perfectly legible against that blue background for the sky. So that's something I would remove. Spectacular Summer Savings looks excellent. Great job setting up your left margin. What I would do is I would take the subhead and I would move it up a little bit and place it right underneath the headline. Make it a little bit closer so there's a heavy relationship, a strong relationship between the headline and the subhead. So we have headline, subhead, then we come down, same left line, then we have our body copy. Now, you've got this kind of tagline here, right? So we have headline, subhead, tag head. I would also leave just a little space between the tagline and where the paragraph starts. Just a little bit more space right there. Again, that's just creating a separation. Now, right here, I think you're a little text heavy here, and statistics show that contemporary magazine ads fare more successfully in terms of viewership if they are a little bit less text heavy. Back now 10, 12 years ago, text heavy ads were very, very popular, but today they're not. They're less popular, and viewers prefer less body copy. We want to keep that in mind. I think we can really condense this type right here. Try to condense this as best you can. And then what I would recommend is reducing the width of the text box. So we have the text box right now. It's this long, and that's too long. I would end it right about here or so, which means it's going to extend down into the water, which is a good thing because right now all your text is forced up above the horizon. And that creates an uncomfortable tension as it seems the text is forced to the top of the composition. My recommendation is to reduce the size of this masked image right here. Watch my cursor, something like this. Let's keep that really subtle. Right now it's really aggressive. We want to keep this really subtle, okay? And then your type, you're gonna maybe end up, the type, if we end a type box, the text is gonna come down a little bit or so. That text box would be something like this then, okay? You might consider changing the type to white, see how that works. If it might encroach onto the beach too much and you won't be able to see white on a white beach. So keep that in mind. But at any rate, try that, reducing the width of that type box. This is good but again, it's really large. I would reduce the size of that. And then the logo, again, is super large too. Watch my cursor, something like this for the logo. Okay. 5 nights, 5 days, 4 nights. Yeah, you can keep that right above the logo and it'll just reduce the size of that. Now, don't forget, no, that's about it. Oh, wait a second. Nope, that's it, yeah. So let's go ahead and make those changes. Now, if we go over to the banner ad, we can see another couple of things that are going on here. So basically what I would recommend here is I would not push this type over into that gap right there. I would just keep this all left aligned right here. So my recommendation is if you take a look at the masked image, we can see there's a real difference between the way it looks compared to the original, right? The surfboard especially is squished. Actually, it looks like the only thing that really is distorted is the surfboard, but we can clearly see that the surfboard is really squished. As a matter of fact, the logo is missing from the surfboard. So this is different. And to improve the consistency and the harmony of the campaign, we want these to be identical. So when you place this masked image, you can just resize it instead of trying to reconfigure it. Resize it. Just make sure that when you select it, you know how you resize to grab the corner bounding box and drag it with your mouse. Just make sure you're holding your shift key down. That'll constrain the proportions and prevent any sort of distortions as we see here. Okay, so we come to Spectacular Summer Savings. And again, this is really, really large. You want to be subtle, especially with I notice a lot of your elements are really large in the composition. So try to be a little bit more subtle, a little bit less aggressive, seeing that this is a client that is promoting relaxation, right? So summer spectacular savings, then celebrate summer with our surf. So that's all aligned right here. I don't think you need this private beach access. We don't need that at all. It's just headline, subhead, and then right down here you can place your animation. Animation looks fantastic, by the way. Nice job. And then we can round that out by reducing that logo. Again, the logo is just huge. So watch my cursor, something like this on the logo. Okay, and that's really what we have here. By the way, okay, so I can see there's no contact information in the banner ad. So what we would have to do here is somewhere in the composition, um, you want to add the location. Now you don't have to add the whole contact information like we see here, but just something like U.S. Virgin Islands would be fantastic. So you want to fit that in somewhere, located in U.S. Virgin Islands or located in the beautiful U.S. Caribbean or something like that, just to let viewers know which geographic, what the geographic location is. Okay. All right. Fantastic. So those are my recommendations. I think that you're off to a fantastic start. You're showing excellent proficiency for the most part, with the exception of this kind of image. I'm not sure if it's distorted or if it's reconfigured, but we definitely want to get that. And then just keep in mind, I think you have a propensity to present images, or I should say elements, really large in the composition. So really think about finesse and the way that the message, the way the client wants the message to be delivered is something that's very calm and very relaxed. So think about that and reconsider the scale of a lot of the elements in your campaign. All right, fantastic. I think that's all I have. So yeah, so excellent start, very good. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. But let's go ahead and make those adjustments for your final submission, which is due this week. So if you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to make further recommendations or help you out in any way I can. So I'm just a click away. Keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and make those changes. And of course, at this point, if you have any questions at all, please let me know. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much.